UC Children's Hospital, we know that time is precious, but some times are better than others. That's why we have 4 urgent care facilities with pediatric experts ready to get you back to better in no time.
Well, good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. How's everybody doing this morning? Have you been outside yet? Feels good. Feels good outside so far this morning, but yesterday was a toasty, roasty day, and as you probably saw in my push alert, well, the heat is going to continue to build throughout the day today. So I know you don't have to be here this morning. It's hot. We know that. But for those of you that are joined this morning on the chat or just chimed in for a quick update on the forecast here, we'll talk about that. We'll have a little bit of fun. We'll let you go for the day. It's not going to be a big deal at all. A couple of isolated afternoon thunderstorms. I know it's hot, so of course viewership is down. Everyone's like, yeah, okay, it's sunny, hot, and dry, which I don't need to know the forecast. This is true. This is true. But remember, I'm trying to build a business, and you're trying to help me, right? So if you can like and subscribe and share to things on these hot, sunny, dry days, that would be great. Just kind of helps everything out. All right, first things first. I showed it to you at the very beginning. Let's take you to Corrington. This is one of the East Tennessee weather cameras in Corrington, House Mountains there, just on the other side of that hillside. So a beautiful shot from Corrington. And a nice, that just looks like summer, doesn't it? Just looks like summer this morning. Let's talk about high temperatures from yesterday. We made it to 90. Our first 90-degree day is now officially in the books. And yesterday I was forecasting 91, which I had 91 for the last couple of days. So we made it to 90. So today we're actually going to be forecasting a little bit warmer weather. If I have my clicker here. A little bit warmer weather, but again, it's just going to turn out to be an absolutely beautiful day. Before we go any further, though, I do want to share an awesome time lapse. This is from, is it playing? It's not playing. Oh, hold on. I'll get it in there. Ready? This is from Fort Loudon Dam. Had some beautiful sunshine yesterday. Nice quiet start to the day. And of course, yesterday being a hot summer day, the lakes were busy yesterday. They were busy. You can see a few fair weather cumulus clouds developing with the heat of the day. Some high-level clouds drifting on through the upper parts of the atmosphere. Did you see that little smoke? Watch this. I'm going to go back to this. Watch on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, just on the horizon over near the dam. Was there a little fire? Watch this. Right there. Do you see that? I'm going to do it again. Right there. What is that? There must have been a little fire yesterday. How crazy is that? One more time. Okay, there we go. The sun's setting, and it turned out to be just an absolutely beautiful evening to enjoy the outdoors. All right, so this big ridge of high pressure is dominating the weather pattern. That's the story. Again, thank you for sticking with me this morning. You don't have to be here. We know it's going to be sunny, hot, and dry. Temperatures in the 90s and heat index values in the low 100s. So here we go. A little bit of fog out there this morning. Not a big deal. Not nearly as much as we've had over the last couple of days. So that's good news. Temperatures this morning are in the 70s. So that's a little bit warmer than yesterday, thanks to dew points coming up into the 60s and the 70s. So a little bit warmer. We're running anywhere from 2 to upwards of 8 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. And so that's why you have that little summertime haze, the low level moisture, the humidity sticking with us. Your futurecast, again, if you have plans to be outside across the Cumberland Plateau or the mountains today, heads up, a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms can't be ruled out. That diurnal effect where you heat up the higher elevations, you got to realize when the sun comes up, the higher the terrain, that gets the heat first. It doesn't seem like it's a lot of heat, but it does. It gets the sunshine first, so it gets the air to start rising across the mountains first before it does the valley. And because of that, the rising motion in the atmosphere gets going, and so the mountains are typically the ones that get the storms on these kind of summertime days. Orographic lift is what it's called. And we don't have a lot of wind in the atmosphere, and so the storms just kind of don't really move very quickly. They'll just kind of rain themselves out. So that's 3 o'clock today. We'll take you through the afternoon, and again, a couple of spotty showers and thunderstorms. Clouds start to decrease as we get into the sundown hour, and we'll have clear skies. Anywhere we see rain today, we actually could have a little bit of fog developing early tomorrow morning. So again, clearly not a lot of rain, but again, I said it yesterday, I'll say it again. We have a lot of folks that join us from out of town, visiting our beautiful national park. And because of that, you'll want to get up into the national park a little bit earlier and watch out for those thunderstorms. You don't want to be in the higher elevations, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 feet in elevation when there's thunderstorms developing. And that's typically right there around the national park. 88 degrees by lunchtime, 92 degrees as we get into the 3 o'clock hour. That's our goal today, is going to be 92 degrees. But because we have the dew points climbing into the upper 60s to low 70s, Our heat indices are going to expand a little bit more today. So more of us are going to be dealing with a heat index value in the mid to upper 90s, maybe a couple pockets of low 100s. So check in with the East Tennessee Weather app on those current temperatures as we head through the day today. Make sure you practice heat safety. Check your back seats. Check on your neighbors and your elderlies. Make sure their air conditioner is working just fine. And listen to your body. You know, when you're outside and you start feeling a little faint or a little wheezy and you've been outside in the heat, you got to go inside to some air conditioning or just take a break, drink plenty of water, right? The National Weather Service has actually issued a special weather statement due to the heat. So not quite heat advisory criteria, which is 105 degrees, which will probably hit at some point this week. And the excessive heat is across the entire region, from the Great Lakes all the way down to the Gulf and into the southeastern U.S. with heat advisories. These are all heat advisories and special weather statements. No excessive heat warnings so far. That will probably change, though, through the week because we've got this lingering ridge of high pressure. That's just going to, look at that, there's Tuesday, it doesn't move. There's Wednesday. Okay, now it's starting to trek its way a little bit further to the east with a low-pressure system coming up the Atlantic coastline, and that's going to continue to bring the heat. So as the ridge starts to break down, heat indices start to come down a little bit as we get into the upcoming weekend, but that's the stretch we have this week. Solid summer week for the kids. Pools, lakes, splash pads, Dollywood, Splash Country, Soaky Mountain. Let's get them all in there. All right, come on, Dollywood. Come on, Soaky Mountain. Give me a call. I keep throwing your name out there, right? Need some advertising. All right, so Monday through Thursday, basically about a 10% chance of rain. I said it yesterday. I don't like to put 10%, but when you look at the grand scheme of things, and I cover all of East Tennessee, it's about a 10%, plateau and mountains. That's about the extent of it. And really, when you look at your rainfall forecast for the next 7 days by the Weather Prediction Center, kind of broad brushing it, the plateau and the mountains of East Tennessee and North Carolina will get the majority of the rain, and probably not going to get much in the valley. When the wind starts to pick up a little bit, the winds shift a little bit later on this week as high pressure starts to shift its way off to the southeastern coastline. That should give us a little bit more wind in the atmosphere to help push these storms a little bit more, so we may start to see a little bit more. So sunny, hot, and mostly dry all the way through the week. Now, I have 10% on the rainfall forecast. I don't have it on the 7-day. My 7-day actually doesn't produce 10%, but either way, that's neither here nor there. Just know that there is a chance for some isolated afternoon thunderstorms. And then as we get into the weekend, maybe start to elevate those rain chances just a little bit. But as we talked about yesterday, the Climate Prediction Center is keeping us above average, or the probabilities, I should say, above average. It doesn't say how far above, all the way through the first week of July. And because of this ridge of high pressure, rainfall amounts are probably going to be pretty generally pretty average anyway. So really no major issues whatsoever. But as I mentioned, if you want to get up to the higher elevations and check out Gatlinburg or Sevierville, if you want to check out the Smoky Mountain National Park, it's a beautiful start to our Sunday morning. So we'll leave that up on the screen here for just a second while I take a look at the chat. Bonnie, you seen the smoke, huh? Did you see it from your house? Did you see it from driving around? Good morning, Cheryl. How are you this morning? Oh, thanks, Eva. She enjoys watching even on these sunny, hot summer days. The doldrums of summer is what we call them. Happy early birthday. Have a safe trip. Whose birthday is it? Did I miss it? Happy Sunday, says Miranda. I missed somebody's birthday, but we'll find it. I don't see it anywhere. But happy early birthday to whomever it may be. Good morning, Kathy. How are you this morning? Katrina, did you go out on the lake yesterday? It is sizzling. The lakes were busy and slam-packed. Yesterday, we had a good day. Actually did a broadcast. I don't know if you saw on social media, but I actually had a friend of mine, an acquaintance, a friend. We've known each other for off and on, like just more of acquaintances, I should say. But anyways, through just being meteorologists and going to weather conferences and stuff. But had a gentleman that's going to be creating what I have created. Remember, I told you there's a lot more of us coming on board here through the year. A lot more. They're going to be doing what I'm doing across the country. So he's down at PCB Beach, PCB, Florida, I should say, and Panama City Beach, Florida. That's 30A is actually where he lives. And he's was at a TV station there. And, anyways, he's doing exactly what I'm doing. So he's getting ready to launch. So he happened to be up here just randomly with a guy's friend, Trip. He was like, hey, man, I'd love to come by and see your setup in your studio. So he came into the studio. We talked about shop. We talked business. I showed him everything I'm doing. And we really talked about, the trials and tribulations of starting your own weather business for your community. But it was great to see him. So A big shout out to Chris and his friends yesterday. I took him back downtown to meet his friends yesterday because he Ubered over to the house. Got to see his and meet his friends, which was fun. And then yesterday afternoon, evening, we went. I told you I was going to a retirement party. Miles Menser retired officially from Menser's Tree Service, which is the business that he owned for years. And it was fun. It was great to see all the friends out there. I took a nice little boat ride. But the funny thing is that there's a swan that lives in the cove on the lake where our friends live. And it is hilarious. That swan is protective. So one of our friends' kids was coming in on a jet ski, and we're on the boat coming in, and the kids coming in on the jet ski, the swan was chasing him. Like the little dude had to book it on out of there because the swan finally started getting up, taking flight, and started chasing this kid. So then we had to go back out to the channel to go get him. One of our other friends got on the boat. His uncle got onto the jet ski and took it right in. The swan still chased him, but he didn't really want to cause any problem. He just chased him. He didn't do anything bad, but it was crazy to see this swan chasing us. It was funny. So that was a good night last night. And then of course, all the young kids are conspiring outside of the parents knowing. Next thing you know, we have a slumber party at our house last night. Those kids, none of us went to bed till like 11:30 last night. It was late. But all the kids are having a slumber party. Wife's inside cooking them sausage and pancakes, and she's going to head off to work. Today I've got a couple of 2 or 3 rounds of pickleball over at Orange Hat Brewing. So if you want to come out and say hi, I'll be out there starting at noon today. And then after that, I think I'm going to take the kids either swimming or we're going to go paddleboarding. I'm not quite sure. Happy 19th birthday. All right. Well, I missed something, but Carcane stayed in the fence and probably lost 5 pounds in the heat. Yes, that's probably the truth. Oh, it's Missy's birthday. Happy early birthday. Have a safe trip, Missy. Good morning, Jeanette from Tellico Plains this morning. Nice that you are joining us from Tellico Plains. Glad you could join us down there. Let's see. Have to stay cool and hydrated in this sizzling heat. That's true. And again, if you have elderly neighbors, maybe just go check on their, listen, air conditioners are only so good. I've got a friend that's an HVAC guy, and he always says, when, you can only go, I think it's about 20 degrees below what the air temperature is supposed to be. So if we're talking 90, 95 degrees, your house is only going to get down to about 75. And you don't want to go much lower than that because you're going to overwork your air conditioner. And God forbid that goes down during this summer heat. You don't want that to happen, right? I do have some great photos to share with you. So lake today. Oh, there we go. Thanks, Beverly. I appreciate that. Trying my best. I love joining to say hi to East Tennessee Weather Crew, and even when weather is the same. Well, thanks. Laura says, Mike, what are you doing with this new weather format? Reminds me of when I worked for one of the local 24-hour news organizations that popped up in the 90s across the U.S. I do. A little bit more interactive, especially how I do it. I don't just do a live forecast and say, see you later, have a good day. We had the conversation, but yeah, I did. Remember back in the days, we had NBC did a 24-hour weather channel called 10 Weather Plus, or called Weather Plus. My NBC station in Colorado Springs did it, and so I did the 24-hour weather channel for them back then. That was actually in the early 2000s, and then when I came here to East Tennessee, we were also doing that, and that's when we broke out from the old format and went HD. Now, when we went digital, it opened up all these other channels for TV stations, and so they started the 24-hour weather channel. But, some things have to come full circle, right? We just weren't ready for that 24-hour weather channel, and maybe now we are. But, I have my 24-hour weather channel up in businesses around town and restaurants, and it's cool. When I go out to restaurants and I see it up, I see people just staring at the weather, like the old school weather channel days, But, yeah, it is cool. Summer parties are fun. I know all the adults were like, I don't know if we should do this, because it wasn't until 9 o'clock that we left the party anyways. So it was already late. These kids are young, right? Maybe it's too late for that. But I was like, you know what? It's summertime. That's what memories are. That's where memories are made, right there. Slumber parties. They slept on the couch. It was fun. Yeah, don't forget the sunscreen. That is for sure. All right, I have some great photos to share with you, because remember, yesterday was National Selfie Day. And so because of that, we had some great selfies. Here's one that came in yesterday. I showed you Ruth's yesterday. Then we had Teresa. I think I showed you Teresa's yesterday as well. Let's see, what else do we have? Then we have one coming in from Lisa Gibson, me and my daughter Brooke at her baby shower in Kentucky. How about this one? So it was National Selfie Day, and I said, send me your selfies. We're going to post them, and the winner gets an East Tennessee weather tumbler. That's like serious face shot. Let's make that smaller. There we go. That's a good selfie. I like that. I'll put that over my face. That looks much better than me being on TV. Let's see. We had another one, I think. We had a great photo. Let's see. LMU. Lisa Gibson also taking a beautiful shot of the beautiful campus of LMU. How about that? That's great. Great shot there. Thanks for sending photos in. And we have another great one. Here we go. Lisa took a nice little trip to Kentucky for the baby shower and took pictures along the way. She made it to LMU. She had the baby shower, and she took a nice picture of the Cumberland Gap Tunnel, which, by the way, I love that tunnel. And by the way, that is a bucket list for me and my family to do, is go up and hike the Cumberland Gap. I've never done that, and I've heard it's absolutely gorgeous. There's another place over in, let's see here. There's another place. I'm going to look it up online here real quick. There's a waterfall in Cookeville. Anybody know what the name of it? Waterfall, Cookeville. What's it called? I'll get it here in a second. Cummins Falls State Park. Cummins Falls State Park is a beautiful state park. So before the show, I was sitting here getting ready for the show, and I was like, I called my wife, who was inside, and I said, hey, listen, I got an idea. Kids are now officially, oh no, they're not officially out of school yet. They have to go till Tuesday. Well, either way, I think they're out of school because my kids were doing summer school. But either way, I said it's going to be a hot week this week. What days do you work, or what days do you not work, I should say? And I said, we're going to take a trip to Cookeville, Tennessee, and go hike the Cumberland Falls State Park. Go hike the trail, which you kind of have to hike through the water the whole time anyways. It's a lot of fun. But you want a hot, sunny day because you're kind of in this canyon, and the water's chilly. So I think we're going to hit Cummins Falls State Park this week someday. Should be a great week for that. Again, a great week to do some backpacking, some hiking up in the higher elevations. Again, you want to beat the heat, you have to go to the higher elevations. I think that's about all I have for you this morning. It's 8:23. I do appreciate you joining. Let's take a live look here. Before we let you go, of course, we'll take another couple views. That's KMNV, Monroe County Airport. Beautiful sunshine, not a cloud in the sky. It looks gorgeous there. How about Fox Road Marina? That was a cool one. That's a great view from Fox Road Marina at this hour. And again, it's going to be busy. So that's Fox Road Marina looking at Concord Marina off in the distance. And not a whole lot of boats out there so far, but it will get busy, and we'll take you to, how about downtown Clinton and Anderson County? That's a great view this morning. Gorgeous. Don't you love these early summer mornings? It's Sunday morning. If you're heading off to church, running errands this morning, it's just going to be gorgeous. Find a patio maybe for dinner tonight, or cook out, grill outside. As we get closer to sundown, it's going to feel comfortable. Of course, remember, the humidity is going to continue to build. Temperatures are going to continue to build. This ridge of high pressure is going to dominate the weather pattern. It's stagnant. It's stuck. It's locked in. It's a heat dome. What other adjectives can you add to that? I'll tell you what, it's just going to be such a nice day. Enjoy your Sunday. Hopefully you have a chance to get out and be adventurous today, or maybe you're just going to stay inside and stay as cool as a cucumber. But again, don't forget to check the back seat, practice heat safety, make sure your pets have water, make sure your outdoor animals have plenty of shade and water, and maybe throw some ice cubes in your dog trays. Go drink some nice sweet tea this morning, or your drink of choice. Oh, we didn't even do the holidays, did we? Hold on, stand by. I totally got sidetracked. No, we have holidays. What am I doing, Katrina? We're not done yet. Hold on, stand by, my friends. I totally spaced. Thanks, Katrina. We're going to take a TV timeout. Let's talk about these national holidays. Jeez, I'm so sorry about that, Katrina. Good thing I was looking at the chat. Getting all sidetracked. I'm all happy it's Sunday. It's going to be a nice, sunny, hot summer day. All right, so we're celebrating birthdays and events. And we've already had a birthday celebration on here this morning. It's National Kissing Day. Oh, I like that day. Go kiss your significant other. A nice big old smooch this morning. They're going to be like, what's that for? You haven't kissed me like that for years. It's National Kissing Day, honey. It's National HVAC Tech Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to the HVAC unit folks. Of course, we've got City Heat and Air that installed my whole home generator. We also have Pipe Wrench, who's on the East Tennessee Weather Platforms, who also does HVAC and plumbing as well. So big shout out to those. If you need some help, remember to give City Heat and Air air conditioning a call. City Heat and Air Conditioning a call if you happen to need some air conditioning help, and or Pipe Wrench if you need that help with that as well. Make sure you let them know that East Tennessee Weather, Mike Witcher sent you. It's National Onion Rings Day. I like that. I do like onion rings. They're not my favorite all the time, but every once in a while, I'm like, nope, I want those onion rings. Or like Awesome Blossom or whatever it's called, like the Bloomin' Onion. Those are always good. And it's National Chocolate Eclair Day. I'm going to give a big shout out to that. I like eclairs, but I like Boston creams just a little bit better. All right, Katrina. There, my friends. Your hubby's an HVAC supervisor. Well, guess what, Katrina? Give him some extra love today because it's National Kissing Day and it's National HVAC Tech Day. That means your hubby needs a little extra loving today. Audra, I hope you have a fantastic day as well. My husband was a heating and air man, had his own business for a while. It's a great business. It's a great business, especially on these hot summer days, right? All right. Is that better, Katrina? My apologies. Because this is how I'm feeling this morning. I'm not. I don't feel like that. I feel great. It's going to be a good day. Pickleball, paddleboarding, swimming, outdoor adventures. It's Sunday fun day, my friends. Onion Ring Tower from Pizza Palace on Magnolia is the best. Ooh, there we go. Big shout out to Pizza Palace on Magnolia. Eclairs are good, aren't they? Onion rings. Everybody loves onion rings. Who doesn't? Shoestring fries, onion rings. We'll see what's on the national holidays for the day tomorrow, as long as I don't forget it. Anyways, have a great day. It's Sunday fun day. Tomorrow morning, we'll be at... I can't make a decision. For those of you that join on Wake Up with Witcher Monday through Friday, I can't make a decision, but I'm going to go out on a limb, and we may do it at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. I know moms and dads still have to work, but the weather's so nice and sunny, hot and dry. Why not just do it at 7 o'clock? You know what? We're going to do it at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay? I just made the decision. If there's any bad weather, inclement weather, I'll let you know about it. But it's just going to be sunny, hot, and dry. So join me tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. It's summertime. Let's sleep in, right? 1 extra hour. You okay with that? Katrina, Julie, folks that head off to work? Lisa says 6 a.m., please. Oh, boy. Okay, well, maybe. Anybody else? Maybe 6 a.m. this week, and then we'll go to 7 a.m. for the rest of the summer because my kids are out of school. But I still have to take them to school this week. I'm a big goofball. I can't make my decision up. But it's my platform. It's your platform. We can make a decision together, right? We're in this together. Julie says 6 a.m. Ruth says 7 a.m. Lisa says 6 a.m. What do you want from me, ladies? Take that. That's how I'm feeling. 7 a.m. works. 7 a.m. works. Uh-oh. Maybe we'll take a poll on social media today. That seems to be fair, right? I appreciate you, Beverly. Seems to be fair. Music's done. We out. Have a great day. If you want the forecast, I'll send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. See you tomorrow. Probably 6 a.m. tomorrow, and then we'll talk about it. We'll do a poll. Join me on social media for the poll. Have a great day, my friends. We'll see you tomorrow.